All right, guys, welcome back. This week on Spurs of the Moment, we'll be discussing the Popovich rumors about him being out the rest of the year and Wembenyama's injury.
Yeah. So just to start off, we wish the absolute best for both of them. It's super sad news, especially for Pop. You know, he's getting old in age, and so stuff like this is very serious. It's serious for Wemby too, but just especially just prayers up for both of them. Justin, what were you gonna say before I cut you off?
Well, it's deep vein thrombosis is what Wemby's suffering from. Brandon Ingram had it a few
Yeah.
seasons ago and recovered from it pretty well. I'm hoping it's not a Chris Bosh situation, but he had his in his lungs. But we won't really know until a few months from now after he's been on blood thinners for a little bit.
They said they were hopeful about it because
Yeah.
he caught it pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
But it is scary because it's it's on his shoulder, right?
Yeah,
and
it's like
so
his left shoulder.
So
I
it's
think.
it's close to your
Yeah, it's
lungs,
yeah.
chest area, so
Definitely don't
that's
want
why
that
they're
to worsen.
being careful with it.
Yeah.
But
And
Pop not coming back is crazy.
I know.
That's like,
I'm doubtful about him coming back in general.
I am too.
Yeah.
I'm like I can't think of any reasoning why he would be out for the rest of this season. I mean, obviously he's still recovering.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying,
Especially at
and
that
then
age.
come back.
Yeah, and it's a new era for the Spurs too. It's gonna suck not having Pop there, but
Yeah.
hopefully we get a good coach.
Yeah,
And
Mitch Johnson.
Yeah,
he's a good assistant coach.
I'll give him credit where like for having to just jump into Pop's shoes for the first half of this season, I thought he did really well. It seems like with injuries and stuff, he's been a little bit slower to adapt, and I know there's been some controversy around him starting Chris Paul and Fox because when the Spurs went out and signed Chris Paul, they basically promised him he would have a starting spot. So they don't want to go back on that. But it's kind of just made our lineups look weird lately. But I'm kind of of the opinion that we need to keep our word. Like if we're gonna sign like vets like Chris Paul and give him our word on certain things, we need to prioritize that, especially over like trying to win a few games.
Season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a few wins are actually going to hurt us more right now. I know we need to get into like the winning groove, but
next season.
I take back what I said last episode about the Spurs need to play out the season without Wemby.
Yeah,
get that thumb surgery talk.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was right. I did not want Wemby to be out for the season. That's actually that was devastating.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, when we are recording this, we are coming off. We just lost to the Pelicans pretty badly tonight, which, yeah, the Pelicans have been really bad this year, who have also been struggling with tons of injuries.
Zion's back now, I'm pretty sure.
Zion played good, and he's the lightest he's ever been. So
yeah, I mean he's eating too much gumbo down in the very old toilet of Louisiana.
Okay.
Let's not fat shame.
Yeah.
Hey, my last name's Butte. That's as Cajun as it gets. I can say that.
All right. Next
anyways, we'll just keep it moving here.
All right, cut that one, editor.
No, but
I'm not cutting my own stuff.
I think one of the major talking points from last week's episode was, will the Spurs try and play out and win out, or will they tank? And I think it's pretty obvious right now that they're gonna tank it out. I think the nail in the coffin.
Secure that lottery pick and get Trey Johnson.
Yeah, Trey Johnson,
little
VJ.
Bucket that the Spurs would need. They need a just pure scorer.
Yeah, because we have great defenders.
He's leading the SEC in scoring right now as a true freshman. He's the best scorer at Texas I've seen since Durant. That dude's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been liking Ace Bailey.
Spurs aren't really the type to go for just straight scorers, though. They usually prioritize defenders. I feel like
they try to make scorers out of people.
Yeah,
really coaches.
I'm not gonna lie, he's a pretty bad defender.
Really?
He's not a great defender, but I mean, he's athletic.
We have a Wemby though.
Yeah,
We
he's
have
athletic
Wemby
enough
and
that I feel
Fox.
like you could teach him. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Spurs could coach him to learn defense because he's that athletic and
Yeah.
versatile.
If they could just make him like serviceable, I think that would be a solid pickup. VJ Edgecombe out of Baylor too. I know that's pretty biased, but he's pretty good on offense. He's been kind of streaky, but he's also a good defender. But
A lot of
regardless,
college players are streaky though. I feel
yeah,
like
I think the
it's just.
nail. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Well, I just feel like once they get to the NBA, like they actually have more time to practice and stuff, so they become less streaky.
Yeah, that's true. I think for Spurs fans, the nail in the coffin to look out for, as far as like the Spurs giving up on the season, is Fox
Fox.
getting that pinky surgery that he needs.
He should just
Oh, it's his
probably
thumb.
the.
I think it's left pinky. Because if you look at his like team picture, his pinky's like literally it looks like this. It's crazy.
That's who has hands like that? I forget. There's some NBA player that's retired now, where his one finger, like his ring finger, is just like maybe.
Oh,
that's
it was
the-
that old. It was the old Laker guy.
Oh yeah. What's his name? Who was it? I'm trying to think.
I don't know.
Not worthy.
But it was crazy. His finger was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it is crazy. But
Man.
one thing I know the Spurs lost tonight. Actually, one of my biggest complaints with Mitch Johnson's coaching, honestly, my biggest gripe with his coaching, I've actually been pretty like on his side about things, but one thing I do
Definitely
kind of
not.
think is unacceptable is the fact that Castle is getting less minutes than Bismack Biyombo, and Castle's like got a rookie of the year campaign going on, and I know it's like the Spurs, they don't play for titles and stuff, but I think just out of like respect,
They don't play for awards.
yeah.
They
Well, I
play-
meant like
yeah.
those. I meant those types of titles.
Yeah. Well, no, it's
But there's so many.
Mitch Johnson's a
benefits.
rookie in his own right, I guess. If you want to look at it that way.
Yeah. There's so
Rookie-
many benefits to letting your rookie
The
get
only
good
way
minutes.
is they're just physically resting him and don't want him to get injured. But I don't really get that.
I don't buy that. I think
Uh,
you let him get like good NBA reps right now in games that matter for other teams. I mean, still matters for our team too, but
Yeah.
less. But yeah, like let's see, how many minutes did he have tonight? He had 22 minutes tonight. Like,
Dude, that's less than Wemby was getting his rookie season.
he's gonna fall out of the. He's not gonna be in the lead anymore. He had 22 minutes, 2 points, 2 assists, which is actually pretty not great showing from him, especially against the Pelicans. But
Yeah. Well, honestly, he should have been blown past CJ McCollum and just scoring.
yeah, but the other thing, he's played so much more confident this year when he's starting. So I think he's a real like confidence player, and
Well, you just got to get
Or
him the
just hurting his
ball and let him. You got to give him a strong first quarter, and then he can.
yeah.
Then he can slow down.
Spurs should hire if Pop doesn't come back.
Who?
Me.
This guy's on the job market. Rodney Terry.
Bro, they're not hired. Oh,
He's got to be looking for a new job. till
honestly,
the end of the year.
that actually could be the move because that'll secure us even more first round picks,
For real.
even more high or even more lottery picks. We'll just tank forever, and then cash out all of our assets. Rodney Terry's the coach for Texas, by the way, Justin.
Yeah. Well, I want D'Antoni. I know that's a wild thing to say, but I want D'Antoni.
Mike D'Antoni, no.
I like him.
That's
He's a good coach.
That's like saying you want like Doc River.
Doc
No.
Rivers is a good coach
No.
when it comes to playoff time.
Dude,
I don't even know.
D'Antoni ran the Suns 7 seconds or less offense. He ran the Rockets. Like,
How many rings though?
that is not his fault. That was the Warriors' fault. And then the Suns' fault, that was the whole drama with sleeping with teammates stuff that they had going on back then.
Well, the Spurs had that going on back then, and they still won championships.
Oh, I met that lady.
Oh
I
yeah,
met that.
I remember
Yeah, I met her, and that was super. That was weird.
that. Did you meet what's her face, like Eva Longoria or whatever her name is?
No, no, the other girl. I met the other girl.
Oh,
Yeah, I met her. She's an ADA in New Braunfels. Yeah,
interesting.
that was weird. She was smaller than I expected.
Oh.
She was tiny person.
What?
Well, I
Okay,
just
okay.
expect she was married to like a center, and then Tony Park is like a regular dude. Again, it's
All right,
small
guys,
too.
that will conclude this week's episode of Spurs of the Moment. Stay tuned for next episode. We'll have an e-girl discuss the future of the Spurs basketball team.
Yep.
Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Stay up to date with the channel.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Okay. See you, pimps.